Good morning, my dear ma'am and my dear friends. I'm going to start our presentation on topic of virtual educational platforms. I am Gatma Sikera and we are from group number 31. This is our contribution sheet. Now let's move into our content. According to our content, we have divided content into 10 main parts. Firstly, we will explain what is a virtual educational platform and present information about the virtual platforms. And secondly, we will explain our research articles, and finally, we will summarize all our findings according to our research. Now I will start my presentation with the introduction to virtual world. The rise of virtual realities in technological advancements and diverse user experiences has caused confusion in academic literature about defining virtual worlds. This complexity is compounded by various terms used in our educational research. In the virtual world, actions and reactions similar to the real world are crucial experiences influenced by users and technical constraints shaping its constructional and the type of experiences it offers. What is an online educational platform? You all know an online educational platform is a portal or a website that offers students to all the knowledge, including lectures and the giving opportunity to connect each other. During the COVID-19 situation, this was a great tool for students and the lecturers to conduct their lectures.
Thank you, Atma. I am Amila Pereira. I am here to start with my topic. My topic is challenges and strategies for educational virtual reality. First of all, I want to give you a briefly explain about virtual reality according to my research. Virtual reality or VR serve as a powerful tool for academic libraries align with their goals of information access and supporting education. Many libraries are adopting VR for research and teaching, expanding access to digital collections, creating immersive learning environments, and offering new research tools. This indicates positive innovation, but there is a need for clear guidance on effectively introducing and sustaining VR in different types of institutions. And I like to give you a methodology of my research. The project LIB 3DVR, founded by the Institute of Museum and Library Service, held a second forum in Oklahoma as part of its efforts to create a national library strategy for using 3D and VR in academic libraries. Now we can move to the findings. The first one is internet connectivity. It means the viability of online learning platforms depends on dependable internet access. The second one is platform reliability and performance. It means virtual education platforms must be reliable and effective, especially when serving many users at once. The third one is limitation of devices and compatibility. To meet a variety of users' preference, virtual education platforms should be compatible with a wide range of device and operating systems.
Perceptions and behaviors of learning engagement with visual educational platforms. The COVID-19 pandemic has driven increased use of instructional technology in surgeon training. We aim to understand surgical education advocates' attitudes and actions toward online learning and learn engagement.
I'm going to start with security challenge in virtual machine-based computing environment by Tal Garfinkel and Mendel. According to my analysis, as virtual machines become pervasive, users will be able to create, modify, and distribute new machines with unprecedented ease. Unfortunately, it can also undermine many assumptions that today's relatively static security architectures rely on about the number of hosts in system, their mobility, connectivity, patch cycles, etc. Then, unfortunately, the ease of this transition is defective. As virtual platforms replace real hardware, they can give rise to radically different and more dynamic usage models than are found in traditional computing environments. Finally, I will figure out some examples for technical challenges. First one is internet connectivity. One problem we have is poor internet connection, and we have a lot of internet providers, so we can choose best and effective internet connection. The second one is platform reliability and performance. The most important thing is that one. The platform should be reliable and effective. A third one is limitation of device and compatibility. We need to device you these online educational platforms. Fourth one is multimedia and content delivery. The most important thing is content of these online education. And the next one is technical support and troubleshooting. Uh, we can come any various technical issues both of students and uh, teachers. Next one is data security and privacy. The most of the time we can lose our privacy and our importance data. And last one is access and equality. We should have access these online educational platforms. Now let's move to next part.
This study aimed to address challenges that limit the efficient use of virtual platforms as means of teaching and learning. The study focused on students in Ghana who were engaged in e-learning through universities outside Ghana. It has been established that six types of computer systems exist for e-learning, and two of these were adopted by the respondents in this study.
Hello, my name is Chamud Jayasankar and today my topic is accessibility. I will start my presentation with accessibility of virtual education. Globally, technology is developing very fastly. Because of this technology, online education platforms more famous in these days. This online education platform reduce lot of expenses and it is very easy to access. And also these platforms are very important for students with disabilities. Everyone learn differently and virtual learning is new reality. Everyone should choose this. Setback and challenges of virtual education accessibility. Talking about this, we facing several kind of challenges when using virtual education platforms. These 6 points are some of them. First one is some students lack interest and enthusiasm, and the second one is teachers or material providers may lack necessary technological skills, and the third one is access to internet and equipment is concurrent, and the last and final one is internet speed and accessibility also factor to consider. According to my analysis, the conclusion of this article is advancement in technology have led to growth the virtual platform in education. While face-to-face interaction was dominant in the past, education can now consider globally through virtually.
I'm Hasit Guru Sinha. Now I explain experience teaching operating systems using virtual platform. Introduction. Operating system courses provide hands-on kernel-level project experience, but accommodating large classes can be difficult. A virtual kernel development environment enable remote learning students to engage in project without impacting others. Next one is methodology. Operating system courses benefit from hands-on kernel-level projects using a real OS. However, it's hard to offer this to large classes. To address this, a virtual kernel environment was created. It lets students develop, troubleshoot, and collaborate remotely on OS projects, bridging on-campus and distance learners. Conclusion. A secure virtual kernel platform enables kernel-level projects for third parties in shared labs. It teaches OS concepts to diverse students, including PhD candidates, international learners, and college students. Over 900 have mastered production OS kernel development. The aim is sustained effectiveness.
Thank you, Hasit. My topic is the distance learning technologies in higher education introduction to problem. First, I all start with the introduction of my article. In the system of higher education, distance learning taught the e-learning courses in the become the most relevant and widely demanded learning mode over the past decade. This article assesses in the introduction of distance learning on principles into university teaching and learning process in the term of quality. And next, methodology. The experiment involved 1.250 students learning in the Kasar Federal University. The survey helped to identify the main barriers to effective and implementation of modern distance learning technologies in the university teaching and learning process. And next part is the limited practical experience. Limited practical experience using the virtual platform for the higher education refers to lack of hand-on experience or familiarity with the using digital platform or online tools. Virtual platforms and the online have become the more prevalent in recent years, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic period. My part is over. Now I invite to which Miller continues our presentation.
Thank you, Buddhi. I am going to start with developing a group-based virtual education curriculum for cardiac rehabilitation by Gabriela Lima de Melagisi, Crystal Olitman, and Reni Konidis. I will give you a clear background according to my article. To overcome the many barriers faced by the long-lasting pandemic, the development of new ways to deliver cardiac rehabilitation components was needed. The objective is this mixed method study describes the process to create a virtual education curriculum and assess the level of user engagement and acceptability in CSR participants. In conclusion, this study described the development of a new group-based virtual education curriculum for cardiac rehabilitation and the associated toolkit to support implementation in Canada in Canada and in countries across the globe. The new curriculum was based on a four-phase process and results showed great engagement and acceptability. The toolkit created could support the wild scale standardized implementation of this new education model, a study in progress to assess the effectiveness and satisfaction. Thank you. I would like to invite Gavish for the continue our presentation.
Thank you, Ishmila. Let's move into the overall summary of this presentation. In the contemporary world, virtual educational platforms offer a range of benefits and drawbacks. On the positive side, these platforms provide unparalleled accessibility to education, breaking down geographical barriers and enabling diverse learners to access resources. They offer flexibility in learning schedules and formats, catering to individual preferences and needs. Virtual platforms can also incorporate interactive tools and multimedia, enhancing engagement and comprehension. However, challenges persist. Lack of in-person interaction might hinder social development and communication skills. So, technical issues and connectivity disparities can lead to unequal accesses, exacerbating educational inequalities. So, moreover, prolonged screen time could have adverse effects on health and attention spans. Additionally, virtual platforms might not suit all subjects equally, as practical or hands-on disciplines may require physical presence. So, uh, in conclusion, virtual educational platforms possess a double-edged sword. While they offer unparalleled convenience and flexibility, they also raise concerns about social interaction, uh, access equality, and potential health impacts. Striking a balance between these benefits and drawbacks is essential to harness the full potential of virtual education in today's world. So we have come to the end of our presentation. We are so much grateful you to ma'am for let us to do this presentation as a recorded presentation. We are really appreciate that. So thank you for your attention, ma'am.